less long. All right. Sound check. Everybody is ready. So first off, we're going over the 930 model, and we're just going to go ahead and back test. Well, what I'm going to do today is forward test it on FX Replay for about an hour or so. The model is in the description. I put the PDF to it, so just like refresh the page and it should be there. So essentially, there's 3 different things the 930 can do, okay? It can either, at open, have a fair value gap already there because it changed market structure at before open, and so at open, it comes back to a fair value gap and breaks down, right? So we call that a pre-fill. Or it can be something called the gap chaser, where at open is the market structure shift with a fair value gap, and then we enter again on the retracement to 50%. And then lastly, there's the macro soup, where at open 930 it manipulates. Okay, that's manipulation. And then you have this snap. File not found on PDF? What are you talking about? Really? Oh my god, let's fix that right away then. Oh, you know what maybe happened is that, let me just do Google Drive. Tanya, ICT stuff. Share. Okay, anyone with the link, copy link. I apologize. Let's do it again. All right, refresh. Refresh now, let me know. Okay, so the last one is macro soup, where at open, we do a little manipulation, and we're waiting for that breaker or failure swing, right? Because the 2 different kinds of things that can happen are either, and you know what, let me make me a little smaller, because we don't need me today to be that big. We don't need any reactions. Okay, here we go. So it's either going to be a breaker, or it's going to be a failure swing, okay? And we have to recognize what it is. And you don't have that much time at open. So that's why I already did some back testing on my first video. So today we're going to do some forward testing, see if I can recognize it in real time. Okay? So we're just going to go straight into it. All right. And for what we're using for these manipulations, we're using the 850 to 910 macro as initial consolidation. Okay? So that's what we're looking for when we say like manipulation. Let's see if there's any questions. You guys got to the PDF now? Is there any file now in the description? Is it good or no? Okay, you guys got it? Awesome. Okay. Cool. So, and here's some examples, right? This is a macro soup at 930. You see that this is the initial consolidation. We took that high manipulation, and then here's your breaker. Create a fair value gap. So actually, you have to wait, okay? You have to wait for retracement to 50%. So you keep measuring, right? So actually from here to here, I backtested this. This is actually 50%. You do get filled, and this ended up going lower. And if you're not sure, then you need to wait, and we're comparing the 928 candle versus the 932 candle. The 932 candle, like in this instance, is lower than the 928. We're gonna go with the we have to change direction, right? So in this case, it looked like it came back to do like a rebalance of this fair value gap, but this 928 candle negated that. So if you entered before, you probably would have gotten either stopped out, you could cut it, and this is telling you have to switch direction. Okay, so what's important about this is like we're not necessarily like waiting for a fair value gap. We're just waiting for a return to fair value, which is 50% of the leg, because in some instances there's just going to be these crazy wicks. Okay, here's a breaker, right? In this instance, when you measure from here to here, actually 50% is around here. It doesn't ever get it back in this fair value gap. There's an inverse here. Okay, so let's just get started. We good? No, I trade ICT concepts. Oh, awesome. Great job in your combine today. I'm happy for you. Okay. And speaking of which, like, I'm pretty excited about this new promotion. Have you guys heard about my funded futures? They're having a new promo. They're having a new account where it's like a 30,000 account, but this is what's cool about it is that it's a static drawdown of $1,500. So you can't lose $1,500, and your profit target is only $2,100, right? So you only have to make about 40% more than your drawdown. Meanwhile, a lot of other firms are like, you have to make 50% what your drawdown is, right? 150% essentially. Like your drawdown's 1,500, your drawdown's 2,000, you have to make 3,000, or your drawdown's 4,500, you have to make 9,000, right? So with this one, it's a lot smaller. So what's good about it is like after you get a win, it doesn't trail you, so you have padding. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna put that in the chat if anyone else is interested. It's pretty interesting to me because there's no scaling and consistency, and there's no activation fee. So that's lit, honestly. Let me put that in. 1,500 static drawdown. It's pretty interesting, honestly. I'm gonna definitely try it out. Oh, what I like about this also is that you can trade 20 micros. So that like some other firms don't have that kind of like, 10 micros is 1 mini type of thing. So this like promotes you not being over leveraging, and that you can partial out. I really like that, honestly. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in this. Anyway, this is only available until Friday, because they're trying it out, so they're not going to give it to like so many people. But yeah, check it out if you like it. Go for it. Honestly, there's not really a lot of, I think Apex's static one is that you can only lose 625. So this is pretty nice. 1,500, and you only have to make 2,100. Anyway, so yeah, let's get it popping here. Any questions? Okay, so this is an example that we already did last time. Okay, let's see what happened here. This is an example of a macro soup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have this session indicator on FX replay. This is where I do my forward testing. Let's check it out. So I can highlight 850 to 910. You can't find the static account option. Really? Let me see what happens when I click up. Get funded. sign in. Oh, one really cool thing about this, actually, there's no daily drawdown. There's no daily loss limit for my funded futures. And they do things like by calendar days, so you don't have to worry about trading every single day. So you just do like one, you can technically have just like one winning trade or two winning trades, let's say 2 winning trades, trading days, and then just like wait 14 calendar days to withdraw, which is cool. Yeah. Let's see. Someone said they can't do it. They can't find it. Accounts. Tanya trades. That indicator is only on FX replay. No. You know, there's a bunch of different session indicators on TradingView. Ronnie, gap fill and where? Okay. So ICT works for, I don't know. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, yeah, like we're gonna talk about it. Macro soup. So what ended up happening actually here? It's not really a macro soup because it's already here, but a macro soup like I showed. You can check out the PDF. That's when 930 does the manipulation leg above or below, whatever it is, the 850 to 910 consolidation, okay? Here's what's really important about trading in general, okay? Position sizing and literally walking away when it doesn't work that day, okay? Because so far we're finding pretty good results, like 70% win rate, okay? The only thing that kills traders is bad position sizing, so that's why I like this account here with like the micros and just being impatient, right? Have the power to stop and wait or just walk away for that model. Like just wait for the next time. Okay, so here 930 tells the story, right? It went below. It was already below here, but then it created the next, I guess 931 created this breaker block, correct? Well, that's what we're basically looking. We're looking for either a failure swing or a breaker block. If you're not sure, then you have to compare, right? If you're thinking, oh no, we're coming back in here, whatever, compare 932 candle to 928 if you're unsure. We're above it, so that's what we're using for some direction as well, okay? And then we're looking for just the return to fair value. Not fair value gap, just fair value. So this would have worked 50%. I ended up just taking something lower because I saw an inversion here, breaker, order block, etc. Okay. The PDF is in the description. Someone asked me if I slept well. Why are you asking me that? Thank you for the good trade today. ICT, where do we find this PDF? In the description. Dragon soup may be a better name. Well, ICT calls it turtle soup. We're calling it macro soup because we're using the 850 macro. Oh, right. Yeah. Are you able to show why this did not work today? Correct. Yeah. Okay. There's not always have to be a reason why something doesn't work. Like sometimes it's just not going to work. Like I did get stopped out. However, I do think I forgot about this, but I am finding some scenarios where it doesn't work out because there was no manipulation below. Okay, so let's check it out here. Today, 1 minute. This was later on. I was just looking at something. Okay. All right, today at open, I think there was also an SMT here with ES, right? We had this little gap already created. So I did actually like go long in 50% of this, and I got stopped, and that's fine. But you know, one thing I've noticed, I don't really trust these, like the gap chasers where we create a fair value gap at open when there is no manipulation below this, right? A lot of times then the 930 low gets taken later. But you know, yesterday it did work out, so that's why we're back testing. But you just have to be fine. Like, remember, like, what did I do today? Got stopped out. I mean, I tried it on an eval, so really no emotions. And then I waited until 10 o'clock, okay? Got stopped out, like, here on this candle. So I waited 17 minutes. And then I got in long, like, around here. And then boom. Okay, so let's continue. So FX replay, just click go to next day open. Okay, let's see, what did 930 do? Okay, so again, 3 different things can happen. You can either have fair value gap created, you can either have manipulation, or you can have just a return to fair value. So here, there's a fair value gap being created here. And we're going to see where the 932 candle is. Right, so what I'm going to do is look for a fib, whatever 50% is. Actually, I would just say, you know, check out the PDF in the description, and you know, check out the backtesting we're doing. Also, check out Captain Matthew Mickey on Twitter. He's the creator of this. Okay. 932 is above it, so I will take this. I'm gonna put my stop like that. Okay. And what shall be the take profit? We're gonna look. Okay. What we do is we look at the breaker swing also, but that didn't really happen yet. But yeah, this is still bullish in my opinion. I mean, according to this model, we're not really looking at higher time frame. We're just looking at macros. Okay. Let's check it out. Protect your eyes, please. What happened? My eyes? Place order. Save and journal. Oh. Man, I'll do dark mode later for y'all. I actually forgot. Okay, here we go. We got filled right here. Okay. Where's 3R on this? Actually, I'm just gonna go for 3R, you guys. That's what I'm doing. That's what we do. When it's like so, because here, now this is technically like the manipulation swing, but it's so large. Yeah, just go for 3R. And if by 9:59, which is here, we don't get filled, then we just take whatever profit there is or take everything off. Okay. 58, 56, 57, 58, 59. Okay. So we're closing this for about 1.5 R. Okay. I'm gonna just put the screenshot in here. It's gonna be like tags 9:30, and then I'll tag it as like cut at 9:59. Profit. Okay, just save it. Exit 100%. How do I do the? You guys want me to do the dark mode, okay. I think I might have to go in here. I'll look for you guys for a second. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Yeah. It's a little better. Canvas. Okay, that is a little better, yeah. Okay. Next day open. And so far, this model is doing really nicely, just on a 0.5%, right? Is it showing on OBS? Yeah, we're up. Wow. 8K. Okay, so this to me looks like an obvious macro soup, right? We went below this, and then we also have SMT of ES. So here, we're just gonna look for the next candle has to close, just break above the 930, okay? And then we're gonna get in long at like 50% retracement, okay? So let's see 931. All right, obviously it did. So, long, I'm gonna keep just taking the fib and adjusting. Okay, I keep doing that by accident, my bad. Fib is this one, the first one. Okay. Does anyone else also sometimes confuse the fib with like the long and short tool because they look so similar? Like, I wish TradingView would change it a little bit. Like maybe put an F for fib. Okay. Long. 50%. Right? This is actually a breaker here. This, right? Breaker block, manipulation lower. So this is your manipulation leg. We go to 2 for partial and then 4 for the rest. So, or 3R, whichever comes first. I want to see if there's any areas where they coincide. 2R here. 4 is all the way up there. Nah, I'll definitely take off some here. Okay, if it even comes back to 50. Okay, place order. I wait until like the screenshot's done to do that, to add the screenshot. Okay, let's see, do we get filled? Ooh, right there. Perfect little nice wick fill, right? Like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to take partials. Oh yeah, this I don't need anymore because I was just using for the entry. Partials at 2, how much would that be? That's about a 2R. Okay, so once it gets here, I will take a partial. Look at this SMT as well, right? So it's kind of nice to see. Right. Boring. Okay, we have until 9:59. 957, 958. Honestly, this is what I'm seeing also. It's like, oh, this is 950. Like one more would be where I'm taking it off, so sure. But I'm seeing like if it's like near highs of days, around like 955 to 959. Like it's okay to just take it off. Okay, so here we're just gonna take it off again. 1.5 hours essentially. Okay, I'm gonna add that in my little journal. Let me just put the tags again. 9:30, cut at 9:59, and profit. Okay, save. Not bad, right? Let's see any questions. I'm gonna take a break to read the chat for a minute. All time, yes, all the time. Yeah, you guys mix up fib with the long and short tool. Let me like literally tag Twitter real quick. I mean, tag TradingView. Hey, at TradingView. Please consider differentiating the fib tool a bit more from the RR tools as we it's easy to get them confused, get them mixed up in the moment. Perhaps adding an F. I don't know. I'm just gonna do that. They can figure out what to do with that. I'm gonna literally just do that. And literally, you guys go and tag TradingView under this so we can get their attention. Like say, me too, or something, right? All right, I'm gonna put the link in here. All right. Next, let me see any other questions. Can we walk through the model? Well, we're gonna be going through it. I mean, you can check the PDF, but like as I'm doing it, I'm also gonna explain more. Okay, this is super helpful. You're welcome. I'm in Mickey's back for Discord, but I haven't chanced to look at the models. Hey Tanya, do I get people mad at me? No. During stream, no. But thankfully, like, my community is super nice. Even when I'm wrong, like, you know. Is it a good idea to get a funded account if you're very new to trading futures? First, I very much suggest demo trading and do your back testing and then do your forward testing on this, because this is literally like a little this is literally a little bit more than a demo account, right? Because it's, you can see yourself how much profit you would have done, etc. So check the link in the description. FX Replay, the first 7 days are free trial, and then it's like, I think $30 a month or so. Use my code Tanya15 for 15% off. So that's a lot cheaper, you know, $30 or whatever it is. I think it's 35, like with my coupons, probably around 30. It's a lot cheaper than buying a challenge. So do this for like at least a month, get your reps in, and then check out. Okay. Ooh, this looks fun. This looks like a gap chaser and a macro soup in one, right? We took out this low and we created a fair value gap. So let's just immediately just take fibs to get long. Yeah, Because look, we already made a breaker, and then we'll use that breaker for some standard deviations. Okay, return to fair value is here. And I had a chat with Captain Matthew Mickey to just make sure I got this down to represent it well. Like, I had like an hour-long phone call with him. So, really cool guy. He was he was in the U.S. Army, and he's a retired captain. He was in Afghanistan. You know, he currently now works literally in the industry in like the risk sector. And you know, like how you can get margin called if you don't have enough money in your like personal account. He does that for like hedge funds. So he's a super cool guy. He's been trading for 12 years. I respect him a lot. He's like no BS. Okay. Anyway, let's see if we get filled here. Place, click place order. Hello. Okay. Save in journal. And like, I'm not trying to sell you on any of the unfunded accounts if you're not ready, right? Like, you can spend a lot of money on them if you're not ready for no reason. So don't quit when you're, you know, so early in the process. It's going to discourage you. Okay, so now we're just bringing this up more, right? Because now this is the new 50%. Keeping it simple. Okay, and I mean, I will likely adjust this in a minute, but what you do is you take the fib, this, either taking like 2, partial at 2, yeah, okay, I'll mark that out, bring this up to 3, 3R is here, okay, see if we get filled. Not yet. Okay, filled here. Okay, so imagine this candle coming down. You're like holding your breath. Okay, you need to have courage for 9:30. You do. Okay, let's see how it goes here. 9:59. This is where I'll take a partial. Up here. And we're not moving stops to break even. Okay. Imagine already if we move stops to, you know how many times it comes back and like retest your entry at 9:30? Already happened last time, and this other time I remember. So if you're gonna be chicken about it, there's no reason to do it. I'm just gonna say, okay, here's 9:59. Okay, just gonna close it here for 0.67 R, but I'm fine with it. It's a win. Okay, another one I need to do, and just add the screenshot here. Okay, 9:30 cut profit, and that's it. Like, it's okay. But what we are doing in our database is seeing like how to know, like based on combining it later with Captain Backtest, when to hold for longer. But that's just more advanced things, you know, so we're not really using bias. Okay, we cut it here, by the way. We cut it over here, and it was just choppy, and then it continued higher a little bit. I'm just interested. Okay, choppy day. Pretty choppy. Okay, next day. Okay, let me read the chat now again. Love your kindness, Tanya. Thanks, I appreciate it. Let's see, are we gonna get TradingView's attention? You guys, like, let's go on Twitter. What's happening? Twitter, chicken dinner. What's up? Enjoyed that. What is that? Okay. What's up? Come on, keep commenting on this. Let's just tag them. Tag TradingView here. If you have a twitting. Let's get their attention. Cosign, mix them up daily. Awesome. Nice, you guys. You're the best. Let's keep reading the chat. PDF helps, you're welcome. Oh, awesome, you got your second funded account today. Congrats. Oh my god, this girl is a machine. Yes, Patrick. Get it together. We're coming for you. Okay, you guys, another macro soup here. An SMT. Let's check it out. We're getting ready. We're going to be 930 warriors. Okay. So we have to wait until this gets actually traded above. All right, no trade unless this high gets traded above. Okay. Here it is. Ooh, it might have happened already during this candle. That's tough. Tough luck then for us, but let's still try to get long here. Okay. Long. Long. Like Donkey Kong. Okay, now we have to target 3R. Okay, I might just mark out CE of this wick also, but hey, let's see. Place order. And then we're just gonna go for 3R. Right? Place order. Save and journal. Buy. Let's see if we get filled. Ooh. Bam. Look at that wick right there, you guys. Okay? Same thing. Have you noticed this? The divergence here. NQ. ES. And that macro soup. I used to say I'm allergic to soup, but this model is getting me there. All right, so let's see. Awesome fill. Let's see if we get to 3R. So this is what I'm saying is like when it does this, you're not going to find a fair value gap like on the 1 minute or anything to get in long. You have to be brave. Okay. All right, we're going to see and smashed. Target smashed. Target smashed. Okay. You got it. You got it. You got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right. Next day open. Oh my God. I hit the freaking mic. I'm so sorry. I'm a stream machine. That's correct, because I mean I'm doing this anyway, so I might as well stream what I'm doing, because hey, this is how we can show people how we do back testing, etc. You can pass any challenge for this. Yeah, we got to get ready, you guys. I mean, I have a couple new challenges, right? I have the 150k expert with my funded futures, where that's pretty cool because there's no cap on like how much you can withdraw, right? So check out my funded futures. And they also just came out with a 1500 static drawdown account, so use code static50 for 50% off, and there's no activation fee for that, so use that link there that I pinned, you know. Okay, I said I wanted to do this for like an hour, so we'll do it for like 20 more minutes. Okay, so we need to be brave at 9:30 open. Okay, that's basically what we're seeing here. Okay, here we go. 9:30. You have a breaker here, but I think this is a situation where I would probably wait for 9:32 candle, because I just personally don't like the jagged. Right? Is this 8:30 news? Yeah. What news is it? By the way, FX Replay is cool. You can check out the link in my bio, but they put what news there is here, right? So you don't have to keep checking. So it's GDP. Okay. So here I would probably wait until the 9:32 candle to compare it. Let's see. Ooh, actually, look at that. That's a wick. Wick to the top. Wick the top here. So, looks pretty bearish, but you have to wait for like a shift, okay? So 9:32. Okay, let's see the shift. Is there gonna like invert this? Okay, looks pretty good. Again, the fib. All right. I will try to short then in this fair value gap here. Okay. Oops, I was supposed to get filled on that. It's fine. Short. I'll just short whatever this is. I'll market short this. This happens in real life too. You like sort of miss what's happening. And 3R or whatever. But since I would have gone filled here, 3R is like this. So I'll just keep it at like the data lows. I feel like is decent. Okay. Place order, sell, just do market for this one. Save in journal, then that pops up out that window. Okay, I got filled in that little thing right here. Okay. I personally just like to watch the RR tool as well, as you guys have seen during our streams. Ooh, it's reaching back. I reached back one more time in the fair value gap. Like I said, we do not move our stop to break even. Like, how many times has this happened now that it came back to break even? Like 3 times in a row. So let's see how it goes here. And look at this SMT here now, ES. That's actually really interesting, right? That's why I like to have FX replay too, is that you can have ES on the right side and see if any SMTs are forming. Okay, SMT there. So it looks pretty good. Let's see what happens by 9:59. You see, like, pretty much twice now it came almost to break even. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, 9:59 is here. I'm good. Okay, one more candle. That's 9:58.5. Okay, right here. I don't know what this is. Like, what is this? It's probably something up from a previous day. Okay, so here we are. Again, just cutting it here for 1.7R. Okay. Close 100% and add, wait, actually, let me add my little screenshot here. Very good. Okay, then close 100% for 1.7. We're lit. We're lit. For the funded futures account, is it 150 each month after this discount until passing the challenge? Or will they until passing the challenge, right? So after you pass it, there's no activation fee and there's no more charging per month. Okay. Awesome. Someone's playing Asia. You guys, like, how do you guys do that? If I was watching the charts all day, that would be too crazy. Okay. Let's go next day open. JMC, you can check out the PDF in the link in description. But there's 3 different scenarios. Yeah, that is the macro soup entry we tried, but there's also other scenarios. But the whole premise is you're looking for a failure swing or a breaker, and you're using 850 macro for direction, 850 to 910, as well as, if you're still not sure, you're comparing 928 to 932. Okay, what is this? This is a Friday. CPI. Right? Oh no, this is a Friday. Core personal, oh, this is PCE, core personal consumption expenditures. Okay. So let's see. Okay, this looks this looks like a bullish pre-fill. No, we're not doing any of like the news where you're avoiding. No, that's just something I'm sort of like noting in my head. And sometimes, like, you see 8:30 news, we're noticing it's interesting. Matt, it's also with my funded futures. There's no there's no monthly subscription either, so it's fine. For a lot of, I think most of the firms, there's no monthly. Like after you pass. Like some firms put a choice whether you want to do one time or monthly. Yeah, we're only doing 1 minute chart. We're only doing 1 minute chart. 1 minute for the win. Okay. So what happened? We had like a little shift. So this could have been already pre-fill. Pre-fill is when it just comes into a fair value gap. But we'll see. Again, I think in this scenario, I'm like least comfortable doing that. The pre-fill scenarios where there's already a fair value gap in pre-market and you just have to buy in it or sell in it. So I'm gonna just like wait until 9:32 in this scenario and then compare it to 9:28 candle. Okay. Ooh, looks good. Looks good. 932. So here I'll just probably buy, put my stop here. This is sort of what happened the other day. I'm gonna just try to put my 1 second. Did we ever come back in this though? What's 50% of this? So it needs to, pre-fill means like return to fair value. Oh, this is 50%. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not just like gonna long that actually. This is a fair value gap. Ooh, this is a fair value gap here in 50%. So actually let me just like wait until, and maybe it like comes here. Like I'm not trusting this because we didn't do a manipulation here, right? We just kind of just shot up. We also have this. Okay, let's wait. Okay, what's gonna happen here? I think I'm honestly not comfortable doing it, but like, I kind of just have to do it. Long here, and just stop at the low of this 850 macro, and go for 3R. Or what you can do is like just wait and see if like it wicks. So in my experience, like it shouldn't close below 50% of this 850 to 910 range. Okay, so if you see a candle close below it, no bueno, but it can wick, right? So the stop is going to be at the low of this because there's no swing low. Otherwise, if there's like a swing low below 50%, I would put it under that swing low. Okay, so that's what we got to do. Place order, buy limit, save in journal. Okay, let's see. Okay, wicked yet again. So you have to really just be brave for these 930 entries. Okay, so then you could have like, you know, once you see that, you could just try to also just get in, but click buy bid now, right? So you could just try to get in here or something, right? Okay, wicking it again. Okay, and look at this is pretty interesting. Bullish SMT. Right, another bullish SMT happening. This is actually really interesting, right? So if you're like waiting and you're seeing this SMT, that can be another clue. Okay, here you go. We're just gonna go for 3R or 959. Okay, hit it. Nice. Okay, I hope so there's 3 different scenarios, you guys, right? You can either macro soup, where it takes out manipulation like of a low, and then what you're doing is just getting long or short at 50%, right? You're not waiting for any fair value gap or anything. That's 1, that's manipulation. 2, return to fair value. That's the pre-fill, okay? That's the second scenario. And then lastly, the third one can be distributions already starting at 930, right? So then the shift already happened is happening at 930, and you're taking the 50% of that, right? There's a gap already at open. Okay, hey Josh. Okay, and I think we're gonna probably do like one more, because I said I'll just do this for an hour today. And then we're just gonna, this is Christmas. Ha! Go to next day open. Okay. The day after Christmas. Okay. I mean, go to next day open, not next session. Hi. You're welcome. Oh. Also, you guys, like, you know what's funny is that I was talking to the Captain Matthew Mickey, and he actually made a funny tweet about this. He was like, I don't know, sometimes like 50 people follow me at once and I get confused, and then I just start laughing because like it's you guys. So when I'm like, yo, go follow this guy, I put the link in the chat just now, go and follow him, and he's the creator of this. Okay, so let's go to, oh, actually this is the ending. All right, so that's actually the end of the session, I think, right? Go to next day open, I think, yeah. So what we're gonna do now is check out our stats. Okay, let's check out the stats. Wow, 165. From we started at 1. Wow. We started at, if you have any questions, I also went over in the last backtest session. But I mean, 930 is tricky, it happens fast, so I definitely need a lot more practice. Okay, this is a breaker situation, right? So look, market structure shifted here already at 930. Essentially, it actually created a fair value gap. You get long at 50%. It depends on like what it did. Maybe it reached down after, then that would have already been the entry in here. Okay, so remember, you're either looking for a breaker or a failure swing. Okay, this is another breaker. This is a bearish breaker. Low, high, lower, low. Bullish breaker, high, low, higher, high. Bearish breaker, high, low, low, high, lower, low. Okay, so this is your fair value gap. But you know, what I would just do is short. Yeah, this is the pre-fill scenario. You see at 930, it just reached up into a fair value gap. Left, like the market shifted before open, so that's a bearish pre-fill. I suggest, Avinashi, just check out this PDF, follow the Twitter account I listed, and also just come to the backtesting sessions. Yeah. Yeah, hi Paul. Yeah, RR is risk to reward. Yeah, RR is risk to reward, and WR win rate is percent wins versus losses. So yeah, again, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:15. But if you want to check out the program I was using, is the link in the bio. It's called FX Replay, so go check it out. And also check out this MFFU, this pinned link here. They're having their new static account. I think it's really cool because you can take just like 20 micros and there's no trailing, it's just static at 1500. So let's say you made $200 in your first trade, now you have a 1700 padding right away. So yeah, good night everyone, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow at 9:15. Thanks for coming. Let's go.